Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your Venus in Sagittarius 11 romance reading. This is going to encompass the time of Venus moving out of the mysterious, intense sign of Scorpio and into your own adventurous, open, and honest sign of Sagittarius. That time of Venus in Sag will be from December 15th, 2020 to January 8th, 2021. So Sagittarius, this is definitely a special time for you indeed. Even though Sagittarius season with the sun moving through your sign does end on the 21st as we begin the winter solstice, Venus will continue on in your sign after that. So this is a definite time that there will be more charm, more magic, more romance, more attraction in your life overall. So no matter what your relationship situation, whether you are single, coupled, or in separation, that is definitely highlighting your love life absolutely as it goes through that universal first house of your own chart. So Sagittarius, I want to send a big happy birthday out to all my Saggies out there, those who have already celebrated a birthday, those who may be celebrating a birthday right now as you watch this, and those who will be for this next week ahead. This will be a general reading all about your love life, messages from you, messages from your person that you're interested in. So take in accordance that these are general messages. They will not resonate with every single Sagittarius out there. So take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like any information on the card decks I use in my readings, or would like to leave a donation for the channel, all of those links and info are down below in the description box. So Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull a keyword from this oracle deck, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, to get a feeling of what your love life is teaching you, what it's bringing to you as we go through this time of Venus in your sign. Dear angels, guardians, divine beings of light, please show us our love and romance life for our Sagittarians out there. Thank you so much for your help. Wow, Sagittarius, did I say this was a special time? We have got the Oracle card, the keyword of wonders coming through. I love this card. This is actually one of my very favorite from this deck. We have that amethyst crystal, we have the universe. So to me, it is expansion opening, it's miracle bringing. These are things that it's sort of like expect the unexpected. Things can turn out a lot better than you may even imagine that they can during this time. So let's go ahead and dig into your tarot. We're going to start out with some energy from you. Let's see what your energy is right now. What are you bringing into the picture when it comes to your relationship life? Wow, Sagittarius, you are coming through as the Hierophant, the angel of blessings in this particular deck. To me, this is a card of devotion. It's a card of groundedness, spiritual stability, really understanding those sacred mysteries and information and using them to make your life so much better, so much more stable. It also could be a time where you're really helping other people along on their spiritual path as well, as they are coming to you for guidance and help understanding what they're going through as well. So it is also Taurus energy. That is a Taurus card. So that is part of the alignment of the Hierophant, is definitely, that's where we get that nice grounded earthy stability. So let's clarify this. And the Queen of Swords. Wow. So nothing but the best for you, Sagittarius. This is Libra energy here. Interesting to what both Taurus and Libra that rule these cards are both Venus ruled. So there is a lot of love in your mind and in your life right now, Sagittarius, but there is also very, like, your standards are super high. You want somebody that's spiritually devoted, motivated, somebody that you can have a real commitment with. That is all the Hierophant. And then this Queen of Swords Wow, you don't want anybody that's going to play games, who's going to mess around, who's going to cause any kind of shenanigans in your court, because you really do want things to be fair. You want things to be balanced. You want them to be very clear. You really want to cut any old junk out of your life. You're not into that. That's not where you're coming from. So let's get a feeling of the energy from your love interest or potential love interest if it's someone you have not met yet. Let's see what their energy is coming through during this time of Venus and Sag. Look at that. They're coming through as the sun, Sagittarius, the angel of happiness. This is very bright. This is very upbeat, super optimistic energy. It is the Leo card. So there is a lot of Leo alignment behind that sun card. Very strong solar energy. You could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with an Aries, somebody that has that very, very buoyant kind of spirit. And, you know, honestly, this is somebody that makes other people happy with their energy. So it's a very positive card. It is the most positive card of the tarot. So I would say that they're embodying a pretty optimistic, you know, energy and personality right now. Wow. Okay. So Sagittarius, whoever this is quite the amazing kind of personality. Very bright, very upbeat. Look at this, Ace of Cups, very much walking a divine path, walking a spiritually led kind of life, or wanting to, definitely wanting to, if they aren't already. That is a super, super positive connection. Sagittarius, for those of you that feel like you've met a soulmate or life partner kind of personality recently, and that's the energy you feel from them, wow, this is your reading. You know, likewise, if this is someone that you know, are in either separation from or already in a relationship with. So let's see what's coming through. How do you feel about them? I have a feeling you feel pretty good, but let's see. What are you feeling about this person, Sagittarius? What do you want with them? Three of Wands. So you kind of feel, oddly, I would say almost a little more shy. I don't know if that's really the word, but you're definitely not feeling like you should chase them down as much as you might normally do with someone you're interested in, Sagittarius, because usually when you want something, you're a go-getter. You will go get them. But the Three of Wands is more about get ready, let them come to you. Don't chase it down. This is those ships coming in, like, or maybe you've already put your intentions out there, or maybe you feel like, hey, they already know who I am. If they really want me, they'll come to me, kind of a feeling. So let's clarify this Three of Wands. Five of Swords. Ooh, Sagittarius. Now this is an interesting card because to me, this is like saying you're not quite certain of them, right? The Five of Swords is like you might still be a little on the fence. You might have also just plain old gotten your heart broken at some point in the past, Sagittarius, and there's still a little bit of that wounding in there, and this is why you're hanging back a little bit more. That could have been something that really knocked you off your stride, something that made you kind of question, you know, where you should go next when it comes to any sort of relationship, because the Five of Swords situation can be somebody that really used you, really was the kind of like win at all cost, even if I have to step on people kind of feeling. Also, this is a feeling too that you may feel about this person. Should I stand up and fight for this? Should I really invest in this? Or should I just say, no, I'll go my own way? So let's see how they feel about you, Sag. I get a feeling you're a little careful about this. You're a little cautious, even though their personality looks really nice. Let's see how they feel about my Sagittarius. Five of Wands. So I would say that they also may perceive that there's a little bit of a challenge around you. This could also be an interesting person. It's like you might have like little times where you get in these little tiffs And you know how that can be, is like sometimes when we really like someone and things are kind of, you know, a little bit tense, and so sometimes it can come out as these little sparring matches. That could be part of it, but they also might see you as a bit of a challenge. Like you're somebody that's not super easy to win over at times. That's a kind of interesting energy. Let's see what clarifies this Five of Wands. That's that tussle energy. But they also do see you as very creative. They see you actually as quite mature, because there's this Empress energy, and she is definitely that earth goddess, earth queen. Don't mess with her. She is a strong individual, very creative, very abundant, very overflowing, really knows how to take care of herself. Again, interesting. She is a Taurus and Libra sign, and you are coming through, your personal energy was that Taurus and Libra energy. So Sagittarius, you might have some Libra or Sag in your personal chart. You may be, you know, this may be a Libra or Taurus that you're interested in or thinking about, but you really do embody that energy, that Venus energy right now. So it makes you super attractive to this person, but they're also a little intimidated. I get that feeling, like there's a bit of intimidation, and they also feel like, how can I measure up? Like they're so advanced, they're so far along in their life, or just in their pursuits. Like they know so much more than me, and they're so much quicker with their wit than I am. I get the feeling this person is kind of like got this, I don't know, I'm not going to call them a child, but they're kind of like, or immature, but there's a bit of childlike innocence to this person, and you're more worldly wise, and sometimes that makes them go, oh, like, they're so much smarter than me. There could be even an age difference here. Like one of you could be older or younger. There could be an age difference of 10 years or more, but not for all of you, right? Because this is general. So let's see. Let's just get the pros and cons. Let's see what the positives are that draw you together and that bring you closer. Let's check those out. Three of Cups. So definitely you're brought together by, you know, friendships, celebrations, things that, you know, make you happy. This is possibly someone you've met through other friends, through a social setting or some kind of event, very possibly. It's like when things are good, things are really good. Like you have a good time, you laugh together, you might enjoy the same kinds of food, or really enjoy, like, you know, cooking or eating, you know, things like that. You might enjoy a good glass of wine, you know, it's this kind of energy. Like there's this very, very happy, celebratory, you know, let's hang out kind of feeling, you know, in groups, like, you know, with groups. And the Six of Swords is here too. So both of you really help each other get away from drama, get away from conflict. I think both of you are also very focused on that. And so the positive about this is that neither one of you wants a whole lot of emotional turmoil or drama in your life. The only con that I can see to that at all is that sometimes if it's an argument that you have with each other, it's hard for you. Like you kind of both want to like get away from it rather than really look at it and deal with it, because you are very focused on that. You do really want to let go of the difficult times with each other. And you might have also met each other at a time when both of you had recently left a relationship or come from something that had really been difficult and hurtful. So let's get the challenges. Let's check out what any blockages may be that might come up in between you two. The Emperor. Oh, yeah. So both of you may be fiery personalities. There's that Aries energy. So a lot of the time what you could see with that is that if your ego or pride is tested, you may get into some epic arguments. We can already see a little bit of that fire energy there. Oh my goodness, you know. And we already had that Empress card. They see you as that Empress. And then that Emperor energy is there. And so it's like most of the time I feel like you two get along really nicely. Like there's a good energy between you. But boy, when your tempers flare, it is, Ooh, it's fireworks, guys. So you have to be really careful about managing your ego, managing that energy. Sometimes you get on this hanged man trip where it's like when you fight, again, I'm seeing that energy of not really dealing with it. Like it's sort of just there's an escapism around your arguments. It's sort of like, well, we hate this feeling of fighting or disagreeing. So we just sort of, disappear from each other, or we just don't want to really tackle those harder issues. So those are some important things that really do need to be worked through. Like it's also important to I'm just getting this message of temper your expectations of each other. Both of you are very powerful personalities but you still can't fulfill every single need for each other. So it's important to, of course, first to love yourself. That's always the message of that Emperor and of Aries energy. And with the Hanged Man, don't run away from the troubles. It's good to just take a breath, calm down, but you have to talk it out. You have to look at it at some point, because there is a thing about this dynamic. It's like you have such a good time together, but it can get really rough as well. Like it just really, like when it gets bad, it gets bad. And so you have to really find ways to constructively deal with those tempers when they flare. And it could be coming from, one of you or both of you. So it's one of those things. Take that as it resonates to you individually. So let's get some advice. Let's see what the suggested approaches for you, Sagittarius. King of Wands. So to me, King of Wands is a lot like our Emperor card. It's almost like a minor arcana Emperor energy. So to me, it's bringing up the positive qualities of leadership, of forthright movement, going for what you want, instead of tapping into ego or any kind of negativity that way. It's really about, self-love, self-worth, confidence, believing in yourself, believing in them, believing in the dynamic between you, being very honest and very open. I get this, there's so much like this fiery energy here. And Sagittarius, part of what draws you together is that spark, is that energy, right? It's like there's something about it that's just different from anyone else. And so, to me, it's like really stepping into your own power is very important. Really, I know as silly or cheesy as it might sound, that truly like believing in yourself is really important in this dynamic. Especially like, because King of Wands, to me, it's like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's all the fire signs, right? And so, if you're dealing with a fire person and you're a fire person, wow. Wow, Sagittarius. But I do think that this cycle of Venus in your sign is going to help you out a lot, because the last Venus cycle that we're ending that was in Scorpio was in a much more difficult aspect to you. It was much more sensitive, and that's where a lot of these issues have come through. Look at this suggested approach. King of Wands, leadership, with the Eight of Wands, communication. Oh my goodness. What did I say? You have to deal with things in a forthright, open, honest way, and just be, realistic about here's what I want, here's what I need. And they need to be able to say the same thing. And you've got to be able to come to some understandings and agreements instead of, trying, kind of avoiding or escaping anything that you don't like to talk about, because all relationships are going to have challenges. They're all going to have arguments and struggles, and it's just all about how you work them out. But the Eight of Wands is great for communication. It's passionate, it's truthful, it's rapid moving. So I feel like, the communication that you initiate, which is very favored, it's going to start things moving in a positive direction. And do it with a lot of love, a lot of love. Eight of Wands is a little bit like Cupid's arrows, right? Flying through the air. So let's see what our potential outcome is to this Venus cycle here for you. Look at that. We have the Hanged Man again. So to me, this is really about release. It's about sacrifice and letting things go, usually around the ego, usually around unhealthy self-pride, because the Hanged Man is ruled by Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces, and that is all about sacrificing the ego for the greater good, for the spiritual life, for the spiritual oneness. It is challenges, no doubt about that. I do feel that this could be a cycle that continues, you know, Angel of Prophecy, right? It is a very prophetic card. It's a card of things to come, new energies to come. I like this reading, Sag. It's very interesting. I think you're going to be working through a lot of things, but there is a lot of positive energy here as well, right? These are not like horrific, hang it up, it's all over, dead in the water kind of cards, right? These are just cards that say you all are very strong personalities, you want a lot from each other, and you also offer a lot to each other. On top of that, we have the Seven of Wands. So to me, Sagittarius, it's really time. So you got to let your guard down a little bit, because I feel like both of you get in this energy where it's like, I don't want to give up my position. I don't want to change the way I think about this. I don't want to be flexible on seeing something a different way. The Hangman often is about seeing something a different way. So I would say that it's really time for you to see things from each other's perspective. That's a very important thing to this dynamic as well. So let's get an affirmation on this for you. And we have the third eye chakra. Yes, because it's all about clearing out and seeing things eye to eye, as it were. The lepidolite is the gemstone that's associated with this particular card. And the keyword is signs. There will always be signs to guide you on your true path. So pay attention to the synchronicities in this relationship or potential relationship, Sagittarius, because there's quite a lot that I think is going to get your attention. And there's a lot of mirroring here, a lot going on back and forth between you two. And I think that if you can work it out and start to let go of some of those old ego constructs and let go and just be more flexible and open-minded with each other, it's going to go a very long way, because both of you are very strong individuals. So I hope you have an amazing time of Venus traveling through your sign, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Take care.